Okay, so normally I wouldn't be making these types of videos, not because I'm not tempted to, but because more often than not, the topic I want to talk about ends up aging like milk after a few days. Today's topic, however, I don't see going away anytime soon. Leaks. For all pieces of media, mainly pertaining to films, TV, and video games, having something meant to be kept confidential until release suddenly blasted all over social media for the world to see usually brings joy and excitement to those who look forward to the final product. Except, that's only about half of the audience. Let's cut to the chase. Leakers, scoopers, whatever you want to call them, I personally believe are pieces of shit who have brought little to no genuine joy to the fan bases they so dearly want to please, most likely for a quick buck and some clout.
Hello, I like money.
Since around 2021 especially, these people have been non-stop spreading information, both true and false, regarding some of the biggest franchises in media. Most notably stuff like Marvel, DC, Nintendo, PlayStation, etc. However, one franchise that I believe has been equally as spoiled and leaked dry as the others I've just mentioned is the Dragon Ball franchise. More specifically, with its two big upcoming projects, the Dragon Ball Daima anime and the video game Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Now, let it be known, despite me covering these two projects in particular, and the fact that details about them are now leaked online, I highly encourage those who aren't aware of what has not been officially revealed to not look anything up about it. Now, what's the deal with these two? Dragon Ball Daima has had a mountain of story details and new characters spread online, while Sparking Zero has had its highly anticipated and massive character roster spread literally everywhere across the internet. Seriously, look up the game on YouTube and this is only 6 videos down. Now, Dragon Ball isn't much of a stranger to leaks regarding its non-manga material. Dragon Ball Super Broly's American premiere featured cards with Blue Gogeta, a character that was teased in marketing prior, but not in his blue form. Superhero infamously had an image of Beast Gohan floating around right before the movie came out, causing Toei to just give up on the marketing and just straight up show him in the trailers. That being said, the problem and sheer abundance of Dragon Ball leaks has now become more apparent than ever. On one hand, there are people that are still excited for the product and are still going to watch/play it with their expectations now set. On the other hand, other people, myself included, have been let down. Not because of the content of what's been leaked, but because of the fact that it was leaked at all. When you know what's going to happen in the show before it premieres, when you know everyone who's going to be playable in your fighting game roster before release, more often than not, excitement begins to dwindle. In this day and age, films, TV shows, and video games are made almost entirely with the purpose of hooking consumers in and getting them anticipated and excited for what they're about to experience. In Dragon Ball's case, fans and casuals alike are hooked in. They're anticipated, but most of them aren't excited. Why? Because they know almost everything they're in for. They know about who's showing up and what's happening in Daima. They know who's all playable in Sparking Zero. Regardless of whether or not they have a positive or negative opinion about the properties, the fact is, people aren't surprised anymore. One of the aforementioned pieces of shit from earlier, I believe, is Geekdom 101. On top of all of the shitty things he's done and said throughout the years, including presenting his video announcing Akira Toriyama's death as if it was just a normal ass video. That video has all of his social media linked, by the way. But he has also been the primary source for leaks surrounding Dragon Ball Daima. Despite being a fan who claims to be ultra respectful to the creator and his wishes, and who watches and reads every piece of media from the series the way it was intended, he's been spoiling and leaking nearly every piece of info related to Toriyama's final hurrah, while also profiting from doing so. All that being said, what's the lesson here? Simple. If you have even a single ounce of selflessness inside of you when it comes to something you know about an upcoming movie or game that no one else does, then use it to the benefit of the fans, hundreds of millions, and not to you, a single person. More than ever, information like this spreads like wildfire with seemingly no way to put it out. When you leak stuff like what has been leaked for Daima and Sparking Zero, two incredibly high-awaited projects, then you're simply doing as much harm as you're doing good. People like Geekdom are simply blinded by greed and publicity and are becoming less and less deserving of the following they have right now. It's simply best to not only enjoy the product as it was intended, but to also wait for its release as intended. As I believe that is the only way you can truly anticipate, enjoy, and experience a piece of media.